suck down that back straightaway. Steve Letarte knows it too. He's a little worried.
Tim Duggar said that Watkins Glen set a new standard this past weekend for rowdy party tracks.
Oh,
yeah.
Watkins Glen's the new Talladega?
He said that Watkins Glen set a new standard for rowdy racetrack crowd.
We're going to pitch a tent, man. Our flags are going to be waving. Checkers are records. Check us out. You see what I built on the back of the truck, man? We can build a NASCAR rig.
You should buy a school bus and paint that bitch.
Oh, yeah. They got the railings on the top so that you don't have strippers falling off of them on doing hula hoops.
His little suck coming down that back straightaway. Steve Letarte knows it too. He's a little worried.
Sometimes you're just coming to turn 4, you see that checkered flags, and you got to decide, are you going to give her a bump or not?
Me and Streaker caught up at Cypress in Atlanta last weekend. Streaker was rocking the Eat My Cinnadust Chris Buescher shirt.
I was rocking my Eat My Cinnadust shirt, Chris Buescher, number 17 RFK. And Russell has the best apparel on this podcast, but I'd like to consider myself a close second.
Charlotte Motor Speedway polos into consideration. I think Elliott's up there too. He gave me actually one or two, and they're like Callaway branded shirts back when he was at the Speedway days. It's not the old school retro shit that we like straight off the NASCAR hauler. Shout out Davey Allison, but
it's getting expensive.
He's got some stuff up his sleeve
to keep this up, man. Like, I'm gonna have to start flipping these shirts to wear one every week. I bought that Steve Kinzer Superman Outlaw shirt. I'm gonna have to sell that for $100 to buy 3 more to keep it going every week.
You mean the Superman crop top that didn't fit you?
Yeah. You couldn't tell on here, but it stopped like at my belly button and I wasn't able to wear it over.
He was concerned about if he should wear it or not, so I told him, fuck it, man. Just cut it off a little bit more and make it a full on crop top. Who cares if you get a couple of side eyes? Just lean into it. That and some jorts would have done it.
You're definitely going to anger some men because their women will be looking at you asking for it. So
I think you should have, if you were going to do that, you should have cut like the riffles into the bottom of it. So like you snip it and they're like flowing in the wind, kind of like some lassos or whatever you call it.
Maybe a little tiger tear across express my chest hair.
Yeah, get some trailer park chick in the parking lot to draw a tramp stamp on your back.
I guess we're going to start with the performance bonus of the weekend. Connor Zilisch, KO of the night. I'm streaming on my phone. I see him wreck SVG, which we'll get to in a little bit. But I'm like, the race is over. Zilisch is going to win. Austin Hill comes in, destroys half the field, right off a suspension. I'm sure we'll get to that. And I just kind of turned the race off as it was an hour-long red flag. And then I see this video of Zilisch falling, and he could have had like 4 career-jeopardizing injuries in this fall. And he's knocked out on the ground. His legs caught in the door. I just was like, we just lost the greatest prospect ever.
This guy just slipped. He got KO'd by the ground. It did look pretty bad. I don't think about it. You see the drivers drop their net. Do they just know to put it on the inside or like if they're on the outside, is the setup different? He's had to have been in victory lane enough to know that net could be problematic. He never had a footing to begin with. And as soon as he starts celebrating, fucking Isaac Newton took him for a ride.
It was
and you're
funny.
right. Like he's looking at like a leg break, arguably there, something getting torn up in his leg. If not, I mean, walking away with a collarbone injury is probably best case scenario. But I mean, you're talking about like possible brain damage here because he accelerated when his leg turned into essentially the hinge of the fall. He's lucky that it is just his collar and he's not in a vegetable. Shout out Michael Schumacher. Yeah.
He was on the DVC podcast this week as a co-host, and Freddie Kraft, spotter for Bubba Wallace, asked him, Connor, how many times is it going to take you to realize to put the window net inside the car? And he said, I guess 7, because this is his 7th win. So now he might be slightly aware, but yeah, it's like just the level of talent Zilisch has to see it potentially flash away like that. That would have been just absolutely like the biggest what if in NASCAR history. So he already had surgery. Apparently SVG had a similar injury in the supercars and raced the same week. I'm guessing Connor, they hold him out a week or 2, like maybe till the playoffs just to rest up, but super glad he's okay. Yeah, like you said, like it's, I think we've all been there, like maybe on a night out. That looked like he went headfirst into pavement. He was fully knocked out. He didn't come to till the ambulance. So for it to only be a collarbone, I don't know who's looking out for Mr. Zilisch. I don't know if he's due for a Cadillac ride and is on some bionic shit, but that was way too scary for this to be the result, and I'm glad he's okay.
I'm just going to say there's a bunch of damn sissies in that garage in that executive office that they sit this man out, because them boys of yesteryear would have been racing with the collar cast on, C-collar, you name it. They're getting back in that car come this weekend. And I know Zilisch got nothing to prove, but hell of high water. That boy better race.
Rudy once took a Lime scooter home from Tiber Creek Pub in Charlotte and ended up on his ass. He was showing me this huge scratch mark on his ribs at this biker bar in our hometown. Shout out Frogs. And the lady asked him what the hell happened to him, and he told her, "Baby, I laid my bike down."
And everybody in there could relate to it. They were like, they paid some respect to me.
That might not make the cut. We'll see. But you said, SVG said that he broke his collarbone, had the surgery, was in the car like 10 days later or something. He also said MotoGP guys fall off the bike, break their collarbone, and are back on the bike racing a motorcycle the next week. That's crazy. And in the most like Kiwi thing ever, he's like, it's the culture is like, it's not a big deal. No one's bragging about being an Ironman. You're expected to go back out there.
You're expected to go back out there, and then when you get back, they just all make fun of you for breaking it in the first place.
Yeah.
All right.
NASCAR tough again.
Yeah. Well, our boy Denny, this is where Elliot was supposed to be here to come in and talk about Denny. Denny reported some fake news on his podcast. He said that they weren't going to allow the drivers to stand on the roof anymore. But our good old friends at Hauler Talk came on yesterday and said that wasn't true, and that they're going to allow the drivers to still do whatever they want.
Fucking right. Could you imagine Ross Chastain doing a watermelon smash from like the ground or like the hood?
Yeah, that would be. I get that SVG didn't want to get on the roof on Sunday after all that happened, and it'll be funny to look back at that later. But like, it looked really lame with him standing next to the car. And if we had to watch that for the rest of our lives because Connor didn't tuck in the window net, that would have been terrible.
Yeah, no, I'm good, mate. I'm stand right here.
Streaker, tell me what you think about Zilisch taking Shane out of the race.
So it's funny because you can talk about it in Austin Hill's crash in the same light, but probably a problem with Watkins Glen and how much runoff area they have. But if they try to use the runoff area, carry more speed and get position, you drove yourself off the track. So I'm not obligated to give you space to get back on it. Zilich's argument, I'm owed a lane. I'm side by side. I need a racetrack to make the corner. He thought SVG would give him a little room. SVG didn't. I think it's primarily a racing incident, but it's Zilich's fault. He definitely wrecked him. He spun him into the barrier, and I think in hindsight, Zilisch knows he has the faster car. I think he would prefer to hit him in the rear instead of hit him in the quarter panel. That way, SVG could save it.
Yeah, it's interesting that they're both at JRM this year because Trackhouse doesn't have an Xfinity program. So they're not even in like their cars. And Junior, I feel like he was walking a line on his podcast where he took Connor's side more than I thought he was going to. And I was wondering how much of that was like managing the relationship with the future best driver in the sport. I feel like everyone should be a little harsher on Connor. Like when you're coming back on the track, I mean, that was a pretty big hit. Like it wasn't like they got into each other and he sent his ass into the fence.
That's what we're here for.
True. I'm not complaining about it. I just feel like fair enough, Rudy. That is what we're here for. And he definitely had the faster car. He didn't need to do that in that moment, but I don't know where to go with that.
Most Saturdays, Connor's not going to have the chance to race on Sunday. So I'm in support of him racing it a little bit harder because he isn't the cup driver yet. So like those races are going to mean more. So I mean, not to say that they don't for SVG, but you know,
if McGregor was here, I think he would say fair play to him. But you know, Shane used him up at Chicago. So I think we're not 1-1. Now I think it's like 1.5 Connor, 1 Shane. You know, the next favor has to be done towards Shane for sure between these two, but they're going to be racing like this for years. So it'd be fun Shane's like all hunky dory about it. Kiwi, Australian, never gets mad about anything. They're going to be scrapping 4 or 5 times, 10 times a year, I guess, if they're running all the Xfinity road courses as teammates for the next 3 years.
The thing is, though, like Connor now has had he's already had it, but now it's like a few weeks in a row of him either wrecking or ruining teammates' races. Last week at Iowa, moved Chastain into Allgaier, spun out Allgaier, and then hurt Chastain's race. Now he's wrecking another JRM car. I don't think Dale Jr. is struggling for money, but I think he would prefer all his cars finishing undamaged. But
hey, how you think that shit's gonna fly come Sundays? It's only gonna be 1 or 2 times before they put that boy's ass in the wall.
Let me tell you something. If Connor Zilisch tries to do that to Rowdy Bush, I don't know if he's going to remember what happened.
All right.
People are going to say, "You think that ground knocked you out, boy? Wait till I get my hands on you."
You saying that Junior is not hurting for money is an easy segue for me. Junior saying that they should scrap overtime for Xfinity and the Truck Series. The Truck Series was a shit show ending the race this week. It took like an hour to run the last couple laps. And Junior's just like, every time we have a green, white checkered, they're tearing up $500,000 worth of equipment just so the fans can see like an exciting end to the race. So I do think we get numb to, Shane backed into that wall and just spent $200,000 for JRM.
Speaking of Earnhardt and some money, did y'all see Teresa is like trying to push for selling some of Dale's land for like some type of data center to come into like Concord, and it's going to generate like all these jobs and like revenue, and the town and all the people are pushing back on it because they're like, Dale would not want you to sell the land. Like, why the hell are you doing that? Did y'all see this?
Tell him, Streaker.
Yeah, Chat GPT strikes again. Chat DEI, maybe, perhaps? No, but I do see it. I saw the comments of, hey, Dale Earnhardt was an outdoorsman. He would want this land to be used for the outdoors. He wouldn't want a data center put up. I'm not going to take Teresa's side, but I'm going to play devil's advocate. I think the other plan for this land is for like a housing development project. And I believe Carrie Earnhardt runs a real estate company that builds houses. So I think that might also be his perspective on it. But yeah, I think we're a little quick to blame Teresa for everything. And at the end of the day, it's a little bit Dale's fault for not having a will, not assigning land towards his kids. And now Teresa's using what was given to her to build a better life for herself. She never showed a track record of taking care of the kids when Dale was alive. And she's not taking care of them now that he's gone. So it sucks, but it's pretty unsurprising.
It's 400 acres in Mooresville to support the Southeast digital needs. This is what Teresa claims. So I don't know. I feel like no matter what she does, NASCAR fans hate her.
Do you think like Google, OpenAI, all these companies were like, oh man, the Southeast is like an untapped market. Oh, we're almost there. What do we need? Teresa Earnhardt. Like, I don't understand why she's framing herself as like the savior of the Southeast digital's needs. I don't know.
Yeah,
she's gonna be a martyr for the NASCAR community to let introduce OpenAI into the NASCAR circuit.
So it says the proposal backed by Denver-based developer Tract. So someone in Denver was like, "Yeah, Teresa Earnhardt, give us some cheap land, and we'll line your pockets." Maybe they're hooking up. Let's see if she has a boyfriend.
A little bump and run. We should ask ChatGPT.
Teresa Earnhardt is not currently known to be in a relationship or have a boyfriend. Her public profile indicates she is focused on managing the DEI business in her family.
Wait.
Her relationship with her stepson, Dale Jr., ended in 2007. That's a weird way to put it.
One second. I got to fact check something. Is Dale Jr. allowed to visit Dale Sr.'s grave?
Nope.
Oh my fucking God.
No?
Teresa Earnhardt has the Wicked Witch of the South title primarily because of that, because it's absolutely batshit insane that the kids cannot visit Dale's grave.
No, he is not currently allowed to visit his father's grave. Controls access to the mausoleum, which is located on private property and supposedly heavily secured. Dale Jr. and sister Kelly fear they might be arrested if they can attempt to visit.
We're One of y'all's got to remember to bring this up next week when Elliot's back. I feel like you'll have a spirited response to that. Also, Speaker, what about your tow truck guy? Have you seen him?
I haven't actually recently, but I did move branches. I got promoted to assistant manager at a different branch. So that tow truck guy is a
congratulations.
little bit out. I appreciate it, but he's a little MIA. I haven't heard back from him. But what do you guys think? Do you think Hocevar he's having some good runs? Do you think we're trending towards a potential? I mean, Alex Bowman, if one more new winner comes in, he misses the playoffs, right?
Hocevar had 2 more incidents this week. He I can't even remember who they were with. He has an incident with Brad K. Go ahead.
He got into somebody's ear after the race this time. He was the Ricky Stenhouse.
It was Zane Smith's ear, but I think he let him go. And apparently he said, "Hey, I cut you a break there. Just wanted to let you know it's going to be like that for a couple weeks. I'm sorry about last week." Is that right, Jordan?
That's not either of the incidents that I was referring to. So apparently he had 3 incidents in qualifying. He felt that Brad K impeded his lap in some way. They're all out there at the same time this week, kind of like F1 style qualifying. And Carson, we got pissed at Brad K for impeding his lap. So he stayed out on the track another lap to purposefully impede Brad Keselowski's. And then Keselowski comes on pit road and gets out of the car and runs over to Hocevar's runs over to his crew and's causing a big stir, wants to yell at somebody. And then at the end of the Cup race, he's racing teammate Michael McDowell super hard, and they go across the line, and he tries to hit him past the finish line, and then gets on the radio and's keep him away from me after the race.
That's caution for you.
So I'm with it. We want to keep doing all this shit, but I think it would take Bowman missing the playoffs for something like that to happen.
I think Carson's going to look really good in that HendrickCars.com 5 car.
I think you have high talent guys in Larson, Byron, and Elliott. I'm not trying to say Bowman doesn't have talent, but do you not want another firecracker guy who's top end talent, can get you a win, get you a good run, stir up some? I know Hendrick's persona is clean cut, PR perfection, don't fuck it up, but maybe Carson in there is a young Kyle Busch type deal, get in there, win some races, mess it up. Bowman's not won a lot recently, so I think Carson gives you a better chance to win day in, day out in that equipment than Bowman does, in my opinion.
I agree. We've said it before, I don't think they're going to alienate Ally, such a crucial member of the Charlotte business community. They're not signing up to sponsor Caution. So yeah, I guess we'll just keep talking shit about them.
I think we also spoke about it in the past too. It's the company that Ally used to be has been partnered with Hendrick for 20 years. I think it used to be GM Financial. Is that right?
Yes.
So, and that was if you guys remember those old Brian Vickers cars, the 25, the one where he wrecks Dale junior and Jimmy Johnson at Talladega. That's a GM Financial car. So like you said, it's been a long-standing relationship. But who knows? Maybe they can buy into Hocevar too. They'll take a little bit of a lower rate on the loan to start, and maybe they're betting on the rates going up in the future. I don't know.
So what you're saying is Chevy runs deep, and Ally does too.
You ain't wrong, my friend. You ain't wrong.
So I can't remember what his name is, but Junior said that there is a friend of his who performs at all of the NASCAR tracks. And he's a big what is his name?
Tim Duggar.
Yeah, Tim Duggar. Tim Duggar said that Watkins Glen set a new standard this past weekend for rowdy party tracks.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what we want to hear.
So
do tell.
I mean, that's all I know. While I'm living in Brooklyn, I might have to make Watkins Glen a destination next year.
Watkins Glen's the new Talladega?
I mean, this man's been to Talladega playing rock music for years, and he said that Watkins Glen set a new standard this past weekend for rowdy racetrack crowd.
We might have to make something happen next year.
There you go.
I was going to say, Watkins Glen is in one of the nicest parts of the country. The Finger Lakes is pure nature, insane waterfalls, insane lakes, great outdoor vibes. So you could spend a whole week there. You could check out a different lake. You could hang out with the family, and then you show up to track on Thursday, 3 races and a good time every single day, I can imagine that the Checkered Records boys are going to partake a bit next year.
We're going to pitch a tent, man. Our flags are going to be waving. Checkers are records. Check us out.
It is official. We're going to be out there at the Coke 600. I've made that official.
Live coverage, like in the booth while the race is going down.
Yeah. I'm gonna get the Deeks and Horrors out there too. So we should.
Well, look, you see what I built on the back of the truck, man. We can build something. We can build a NASCAR rig.
We should buy a school bus and paint that bit.
Oh yeah, outfit it like the one that we went to in Texas A&M. That one.
Yes, just like that. Exactly like that. You don't remember seeing all those when we went to the 600?
Yeah, they got the railings on the top so that you don't have strippers falling off of them doing hula hoops.
We'll have to do like 4 different paint schemes. So like the front right will be like Chase Elliott, and the back right will be the 18 M&Ms, and then we'll have to pick 2 more on the other side. Petty and Junior or something.
Yeah, I need STP red and that blue on.
You see, I added him to the background.
Yeah. There he is.
You should have seen Freddie while I was moving all the shit in the shop to make this new background.
What was he doing?
Jordan, why you touching on? What you doing with all my shit?
I'm surprised he didn't break out and start leaf blowing you.
All right, so SVG wins on Sunday. Zilisch qualified like 26th. He said he messed something up, but he was running like top 3 or 4 in practice. Next year, I don't see anyone but those 2 winning the road courses. It's funny. Everyone's like, is Shane the best road course racer ever? I think he's got to, win some more to get there. But if not for Shane, Christopher Bell would have at least like 3 road course wins this year. He beat him at COTA, and then he has second place again this week, passing Buescher in the last lap.
Yeah, didn't he finish second down in Mexico?
Yep.
Minus like 18 freaking seconds.
Yeah, and then this week, you got no comment on Christopher Bell being the second best road racer?
Listen, I'm just trying to prevent any evidence of my 10-win comment earlier this year being brought back up, because we are slowly losing ground on the mark. But yeah, I mean, SVG's dominance is awesome, but Christopher Bell is still a stud. He's got some of the most talent in this series. It shows week in, week out. So I'm pretty pleased with that effort from his standpoint. But come on, man, Rowdy Busch probably had a top 5 car this week. I don't know if he had something for SVG, but he was on the strategy with SVG. He was passing car, and then I think we're gonna have to have some fighting words next time you're in Atlanta if Denny Hamlin takes out Kyle Busch one more time. What happened to the rumors of Kyle Busch taking over at 2311 for a pay cut, man? Your guys just gonna wreck him, Russell? You got anything to say with your chest?
Hey, Checkereds are records. That's what we're doing out here. And I actually didn't think that it was Denny Hamlin's fault, believe it or not. I wish Elliott was here to respond.
Look, it didn't look like it came from Denny. It seems like somebody pushed Denny into Kyle. And then, hell, Denny had a little bit of repercussions, like, thrown back at him. So it's not like he was waltzing away with it either.
Did Kyle say anything after the race about the incident? I didn't see any quotes from him. Was he upset?
I forgot what he said specifically, but it doesn't seem like it was addressed like directly at Denny. I think he was like throwing shade at either the driver that pushed Denny into him or just the whole incident, but I don't think it was a direct target at Denny.
It was Chastain that pushed Denny into Kyle, and arguably that's a little bit of Denny's fault, because if Denny didn't wreck Chastain a couple years ago, maybe Chastain cuts him a break. So I'm still gonna blame Denny. I'm always gonna.
Hey, we could use some more. We could use some more Dennis the Menace around here.
Come on.
I think we have to talk about a certain Southern boy that maybe is a little too aggressive for his own taste, Mr. A. Hill.
Hey. Oh yeah, Austin Hill. Austin Hill and Richard Childress basically told NASCAR to shove it, and Austin Hill came back to the track. He wasn't shy about how he believes he was done wrong. He said, "I'm going out there and I'm putting belt to ass whenever I want to," and that's what he did. And he put belt to the whole damn field, because where he wrecked him, that nobody could get out of the way.
Hey, he went out there and fucked shit up, man. That's what we want to see. It did look crazy as hell. I mean, what you gonna do about it?
My thing about the Austin Hill incident is, like, You guys have both played NASCAR video games, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I was more Gran Turismo, but yeah.
So if you run the carousel at Watkins Glen is a hard corner, but like you have to be patient on the gas. If you accelerate earlier, you know you're going to go wide. He knows what he was doing. He's trying to get more speed. So he goes out like 8 car lengths wide to try to get to the outside of McDowell. But once he knows he can't get back on the track safely without hitting him, you have to lift. You cannot just drive right, hope the guy moves, and then live with the consequences. Like, he's already been accelerating for like 5 seconds at that point. He's probably already at like 140 miles an hour. They're building to like 180 on that straightaway. It's maybe not intentional, but it's irresponsible. That's a tight backstretch. And obviously, you spin someone sideways on it, 10 cars are going to get wrecked. I don't understand why he gets a pass for doing that.
16 cars got wrecked, mind you. He could have lifted. He should have lifted, but he didn't.
I hope Richard Childress has told him that he's going to give him a spot in a cup car in the future because everyone else hates him. Nobody else is going to hire this man. There's no way. And he don't give a fuck, which I'm out here supporting it. But yeah, he was out there tearing shit up. And these fools look like they were driving into the fog. Like, I know some people said that there's not spotters over there, but like they're just pedal to the floor driving into a group of crashed cars.
The Austin Hill wreck to the SVG and Connor Zilisch wreck. It's not that much different, but there's nowhere else to go.
NASCAR said they're not going to do anything about it. So kudos to NASCAR for not getting involved in victory lane and not getting involved in penalizing anyone in any of these incidents. So I know you only get views on these videos if you're bitching about NASCAR or complaining about the next gen car, but I have to give it to NASCAR there. They did the right thing.
Well, speaking of NASCAR and intervention, we remember 9/11, and we also don't forget 8/11.
And 8/11 was Austin Dillon taking out Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin. Is that right?
Yeah, last year to get his first win, but NASCAR took the playoff implications away from him.
That was some wild ass shit. I mean, people forget how he also crashed Denny because everyone's just focused on him taking out Joey Logano. But I mean, he said, it's just, if you go back and watch that shit is crazy.
Sir, a second car has been spun out by Austin Dillon.
Yeah, on 8/11.
He hits Logano, but then Hamlin's coming up and is clearly going to pass him, and he just swipes down and hits his ass, dude.
It's the funniest part, dude. Like, he does all that, and then victory lane, or like the front stretch interview, he's just praising God. It's like, yeah, God's real proud of you there, buddy.
We got to get somebody that can drive in the damn 3 car. Something's got to happen. It's just un-American.
I don't know if we saw the 3 scheme already, the fall deer hunting scheme, but kind of a fire scheme. But he was going to win that race on pace. He was the fastest car last year. If it wasn't for a late caution, he would have won it. So now that was also the same week that I think someone from JGR leaked a setup to RCR, and he was in a basically JGR car. But Richmond is a really good track for him. I wouldn't be surprised if he runs top 10 again this week, but I feel like Austin Dillon's on his last legs.
In addition to the leaked setup for the JGR car, I have something for you, Speaker. Kyle Busch ran 12th in that race. Do you know why Austin Dillon was so much better than Rowdy?
Do you have an answer, or are you asking for my theory?
Oh, yeah, I have an answer.
Tell me.
He had the opportunity to have the same setup, and he decided to try something different. So it could have been them two at the front battling for the win.
That blows, but that doesn't surprise me. I think he probably in his head thought he was so much better than Austin. He was like, I shouldn't do what he does, so that I should do something else.
I'm not going to bash Austin too much on the Hamlin wreck. Looks worse than it actually is. Yeah, Austin is coming sideways because he turned the steering wheel so hard into him, but he stays in the center groove. Hamlin is on the inside. No, Hamlin's on the inside, and if I'm watching this over and over again, and Hamlin is coming up the track here. He's in the center groove after he wrecks Logano.
I'm about to
And then Hamlin comes from the inside, and the wreck happens on the center groove. I'm not going to say that Austin didn't turn left a little bit more than he should have. Damn, his team is so excited when this happens.
Well, the spotter is the real problem. He comes on the radio down the backstretch, and he's like, "You got to wreck him. You got to wreck him."
That's what we want.
All right, here we go.
You
You got to wreck him. You got to wreck him. Takes him out. Look at NASCAR's most exciting driver spin. Here comes Hamlin. Nope. Come on, Rudy. Come on. He's really lucky that the camera angle changes right when he turns left, so you don't get a clear shot of how much he just took Hamlin out. That is wild.
That's what it just looks like when they change the camera angle. Okay, yeah, he's going down to Hamlin's groove, but like they're coming into the turn, they're coming out of the turn, so all the drivers have to go that way. But then they immediately change, and it looks like Hamlin's coming out of the turn, like trying to come up the track on him. But after they make the contact, I mean, this motherfucker is looking towards the infield. Austin Dillon's car. He is sideways after he hits Hamlin because how much he turned into him.
Am I supposed to be surprised about Hamlin coming out of the turn?
Already come out. What's funny about the crew? Do y'all know Paul Swan, Austin Dillon's like beautiful and famous crew member?
No, but I see homegirl in the back with the baby over her arm coming over the wall.
Look up Paul Swan's Instagram and check out that beautiful chocolate wife he's got, Rudy.
Make me want to go get the Nutella.
I'm about to have to follow Samantha Bush. I don't know what I've been doing. Oh shit, she's got a
watch out now.
You see that?
Yeah. He's got a picture that says Life in the Fast Lane. I thought it was like a Showtime cover of like Real Housewives of Newark. Oh, he's got a do-rag on in the pits?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Well, we're going back to Richmond. They're going to be playing that video all weekend. I love it. I hope we see some more shit like that. It's at night.
I want to see it happen again. Yeah. It's a Saturday race at night. Let's see it happen again. Get fucking rowdy out there, man.
Do we have a chance? I mean, it's really hard to defend the next gen car right now. Like, I want to complain about it too. It's so crazy to watch how entertaining the Xfinity races are, and then to watch us have terrible short track racing and, odd road course racing. So we got any chance of a good race this weekend, Streaker, or what? Goodyear actually brought some tires that wore last week. You think they can do it again?
I think so. The fun part about Richmond is it's usually a strategy race. The stages are at like a tricky length so that you can either split them in half, you can split them in thirds. And yeah, if you get a tire that wears, it's always going to increase the racing. The problem is like nowadays in next gen, we blame the tires so much because when all the cars are same, they don't go fast enough to pass. So like if you wear out the tires, you get a track that has multiple grooves that enables different lanes. Like, I think we'll see more passing. The problem is just at night, Richmond has a lot of grip. I think a Richmond day race would be really well with this car. I think that would help the tire wear, but we'll see. I'm not super confident.
Saturday night, I don't know what I'll be doing. Big UFC card right before it too. Maybe I'll.
Oh yeah. Double trouble.
Hopefully, we see some 10-8s before the UFC card starts.
Yeah. Oh, well, it doesn't feel quite as good calling out a Shane Van Gisbergen victory on a road course. Just it didn't sit quite as special. It's like a win that you saw coming. So this week being at Richmond, Hamlin's faster. Hamlin bids well there in front of his home crowd. But I got a DNF coming for the number 11. Let's hear it up for Kyle Busch victory this weekend. Come on.
I wish I'm going to have to go back and listen to how many Rowdy picks. I think he's been picked more than any other driver on this podcast to win. It's got to be at least 30 times that someone's picked it.
Well, you got one guy that literally picks him every weekend here.
Trivia question. How many wins at Richmond does Kyle Busch have?
Well, I know of one where he wrecked our Lord and Savior Dale Jr. to win. Otherwise, I have no idea.
6. I was going to say 8, but he's got 6 wins at the Cup Series. He leads
Is it
all
really only
active
6?
drivers and wins. Yeah, he leads all active drivers and wins at the
He
track.
swept. So for 4 straight years, he won every spring race, and then he swept in 2009. So that's 5. But he also
Chat.
swept in 2018.
He won once in 09.
Oh, he swept Bristol in 09. I'm stupid. You're right. Okay, you're right. And then he would have had another one, but that was that 2008 Richmond race that he spun out Dale Jr. and everyone forgets that Clint Boyer won it.
Oh, that's the race I was talking about, and I forgot that Clint Boyer won it. But guess who won the other Richmond race in 2009?
Denny Hamlin.
Mark Martin.
The Chevy Rock and Roll 400 was won by Denny Hamlin.
There was like 3 straight years where Kyle won every spring race and Denny won every fall race. It was insane.
It's been a while since we had a new winner. If we don't get a new winner this week, does that lock Bowman into the playoffs? I think we only have 2 races left.
Yeah, it would be between Buescher and Priest.
He's plus 60 over the cut line. Buscher's plus 34.
One of the short track guys are going to win. I'm going Ryan Blaney wins this weekend. Good turn, Speaker.
It's been an important week for him. You know, it's something to be said about success. When the people in your circle have success, you kind of feed off that energy. And sometimes your best friend drops their 50th album of their career, but you're due for a bang up win at a short track that you built your career on. Josh Berry is getting his 2nd career win in honor of Taylor Swift's album dropping. Come on now.
Okay. Last time someone picked Josh Berry, they won a case of beer that they have not received yet.
I did owe you that this weekend, didn't I? All right, next one.
Maybe we'll buy you a case of Keystone for picking Shane to win at a road course, Rudy.
Rolling Rock. Come on, PBR is not that expensive. You can at least do that.
All right, last thing. Kyle Larson. I mean, they were on a funny, they're having a good time. He's not like Talladega Nights needs to be destroyed. He just said that Talladega Nights makes us NASCAR look stupid. Now, what we got to say about that?
Him stupid with his non-racing qualities. He wouldn't have even made a cut in that. He doesn't even get a cameo.
There's no one that embodies "if you ain't first, you're last" more than Kyle Larson.
True.
So I don't understand where this animosity is coming from. I mean, I didn't see him finish the Indy 500. I've seen him wreck plenty of NASCARs. But, yeah, I mean, is he wrong on the surface? No. Yeah. But, maybe don't bash Talladega Nights after you almost got yourself canceled for saying the N-word. You're gonna have to.
I was about to say, like, if anyone has hurt NASCAR, it's Kyle Larson. And somehow he parlayed that. This man says the N-word and basically ends the life of a rear pack team and gets to go to the pinnacle of NASCAR and drive for Hendrick Motorsports.
It's also like, it's not even like it was in the context of him like singing along to the song or like talking to his black friend.
No,
like,
it is just
It
a
was bad.
the random hard R coming at you like a flying asphalt pavement.
Quite casually. Like,
have we talked about how Kevin Harvick is moving into the Talladega Nights house? He bought that house.
I saw that.
Weird.
Do you think he's gonna live up to its legacy, or they call him the closer, and that's him getting the house? But is he gonna live in it? Like, what's the?
Delana might be closing something out in there.
He's gonna be cutting his grass with blue jeans on and his shirt tucked in. I gotta wrap up. I need to go to the gym and run by the hardware store.
Let's get the soundbite, Dalton, from the Daytona 500.
Here they come, Bo. Here they come.
All right.